Yeah, you okay? Now, I love theatrical stories. I've mixed with many actors and theatricals since being a young man till now, and I've collected a load over the years, a lot from Ned Sherrin, but also from some actor friends. Now, I was talking to one of my actor friends yesterday. I can't tell you who he is. He wishes to remain anonymous. But if I tell you, he's a real professional, a great judge of people, and he does many good deeds, but gently. You may be able to have a guess as to who I'm on about. And he told me this lovely, lovely theatrical story. It does contain a rude word, but the rude word is very necessary, otherwise, the story won't work. And it concerns an actor in the late 1940s. Let's call him Sir Barrington Minge. Now, at the time, Sir Barrington Minge lived in Little Venice, London, and he got a phone call from his agent, Binky. And Binky said, "Barry, dear boy, Barry, I need to get you up to Stratford by tomorrow morning. The Shakespeare Theatre up there wants you to do an audition for Prospero. Can you get there? Apologies for the short notice, but I really would appreciate it. And I think they're very interested in you for the part." Barrington Minge thought and said, "Oh yes, dear boy, yes, we can manage that." And he put the phone down and thought he hadn't got any money. He hadn't got any means of paying for a train fare or a coach fare or anything. And he thought, what can I do? Well, he was living in Little Venice, so he took a walk out and soon found himself by the canal that runs through Little Venice. And he was looking at the narrowboats and he saw one, and it had got Birmingham written on the side of the narrowboat, and he came up with a crafty plan. So he went down by the side of the narrowboat, and the boatman was up on the deck, and he said, "Excuse me, dear boy, my name is Barrington Minge. When are you travelling to Birmingham?" "Oh, I'm going in about an hour. About an hour." "And would you by any chance be travelling through Stratford on your journey? I have an audition at the theatre there tomorrow, and I need to get to Stratford." "Oh, I'll go through Stratford. I can drop you off. It's a no problem. So it's okay if I catch a lift with you." "Oh, you can. Oh, no problem at all. I should warn you though, I'm carrying a cargo of horse manure, and it does smell. So if you're all right with that, then I don't mind giving you the lift." "Oh no, that's fine, dear boy. That's fine. I'm used to dressing rooms in the theatre, and the smell of horse manure would be no problem whatsoever. Thank you, dear boy. Thank you." And Sir Barrington Minge rushed home, packed a small suitcase, went back to the narrowboat and got on board. And of course, the journey by canal up to Stratford and Birmingham passes through many locks. And the first lock they got to, the lockkeeper came out of his little lockkeeper's cottage and said, "What you carrying?" And the boatman said, "A boatload of horse shit and an actor." "Okay, I'll open the gate." Next lock he got to, lockkeeper comes out. "What you carrying?" "A boat of shit and an actor." And the third lock, the lockkeeper came out and said to the boatman, "What cargo you got?" And the boatman said, "A boat of shit and an actor." And every lock they got to was the same. The lockkeeper would shout out, "What cargo you carrying?" And the boatman yelled back, "I got a boatload of shit and an actor." And as they got nearer and nearer Stratford, you could see that Sir Barrington Minge was getting quite concerned. And you could see Stratford Church in the distance, and he knew it wouldn't be long. And they came to the last set of locks, and the lockkeeper came out of his little cottage, and he shouted to the boatman, "What cargo you got on board?" And the boatman said, "Ah!" And Barrington Minge interrupted him. Dear boy, just before you yell out your usual what you are carrying, could we possibly? We're getting near to Stratford now. Some actors may hear you. Could we possibly renegotiate the billing order? Right, I'm off now, having a little rest after my lovely lunch. See you soon. You take care now. Bye.